I'd like to invite our first young leader for this session, Maria Afonso Pereira. Inviting Maria, please give her a warm round of applause as she joins us on the stage to share her story. I will tell you a little bit about her. She's the finance director of Extinctas Enterprise, a company founded in 2017, which produces the award-winning project Ignis Capsule to help early detection of forest fires, right? Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So thank you very much. First of all, good afternoon to all of you. And I would just like to start by thanking everyone, by thanking the organization for this invitation and this award, and for thanking everyone, all the ladies who come up and gave their speeches. We absolutely love them. We had the opportunity to listen to a few. So I guess I'll start by talking a bit about the company which I am here representing. A company, it's not quite yet a company, but so it all started with the forest fires that happened in the past October of 2017, in which unfortunately my house was one of the houses that came out affected of this fire. And this inspired me and 4 of my fellow colleagues to create the Ignis capsule, which is a device that is a plastic capsule that is placed underground. It has a radio transmitter and a temperature sensor. And then in case of fire, the sensor detects the increase in temperature and sends the information to the fireman. So essentially, we are giving the fireman live data about the fire that is occurring, and also through the number of activated capsules, the direction and the magnitude of the fire can further be detected. So we developed this project also for the competition Junior Achievement, which Portugal, which many of you may or not already know about. And then we ended up having the privilege of going to represent Portugal in the European competition, which was truly something that we will hold on to forever. So the development of this product took more or less a year, and it was something that left many memories on all of us and gave us many skills that we will hold for the rest of our lives. It also allowed us to see the world from the business perspective, something that we did not expect to achieve, because we are all still in high school, so we did not expect to have to view from such a perspective at such a young age. And it was really rewarding for us, because for the first time we felt that we could really make a change and that we were doing something that was really impactful and it would help some people to get rid of this plague. So I would like also to take this opportunity to thank everyone that has helped us throughout this journey. That is why we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you, and that is why this award is also for you, so thank you all very much. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the firemen, because os bombeiros de Portugal, because they are the ones that are the true heroes in this scenario. They are the ones that are constantly fighting the fires, and so we are all very grateful for them for keeping the Portuguese citizens safe. So I suggest a round of applause to them. Thank you. So thank you all very much. I will just conclude by saying that my fellow teammates, Diogo Val, Margarida Machado, Thais França, and Matilde Mendes, they are also incredibly grateful for this prize. So thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Maria. Have you heard yourself speak? Oh my goodness, you're a firebrand. Look at the magic you're creating. If these are the young leaders, I think we have a bright future ahead of us. We're in safe hands. Thank you, Maria. Please wait here. I'd like to invite Dr. Harbeen Arora, Global Chairperson of all of this, and the Women Economic Forum. Jose, would you please join Dr. Harbeen in giving away this award to Maria Afonso Pereira. Please accept this award as a young innovator creating a better world for all at the Women Economic Forum in Portugal 2019. Congratulations. Congratulations. You need to go. Okay, we'll let you go because we know you have a train to catch.
Yes.
Congratulations. Thank you. I'd like to invite Joao Gaio e Silva. Welcoming Joao from Portugal, a political science and international relations student recognized with the Nova Young Talents Award. He's here to speak to us about his passion in leadership and volunteering. Welcome. Absolutely, yes, of course.
Thank you. My first words are necessarily of gratitude to the City Hall of Abrantes in the person of our President, Mr. Manuel Valamares, and to Women's Economic Forum in the person of Dr. Arbin Aurora, thank you, and Tania Castilho for empreending such an event and debates essential to the comprehension of this reality as it is without genuflecting to any euphemisms or orthodoxies. So thank you very, very much. As I'm deeply honored to be here, I can't also hide the embarrassment of being surrounded by such inspiring people. And for this reason, under the insecurity of the eloquence and the fear of barely inspiring, let this be a speech of appeal. And it's an appeal essentially for us to think about sustainability through the lens of democracy. We won't certainly do it through the lens of a minimalist democracy, purely electoral. We will do it through a lens of democracy that becomes real as gender equality, as the recognition of human dignity, as social and generational justice, as environmental preservation and civic participation. It is a sustainable democracy anchored in the present, looking ahead to the future, where none of us can neglect each one of its 3 R's, the references, the responsibility, and the responsiveness. None of us can neglect our references, and we have so many here today and in the following days, as living role models of good practices. Baden-Powell, the founder of Scouting, used to say that there is no teaching to compare with example. And the existence of references is therefore a meaning of identity, orientation, and inspiration for the change the world demands. None of us can neglect our responsibilities. The responsibility of overcoming ideals, of subordination and contesting the ones that impose them, the responsibility of affirming the equality of pay and equality in the workplace for men and women, and the responsibility of denying domestic violence, the responsibility of preserving this common house, as Pope Francis says. Without losing gratitude for what has been done, we must have the responsibility of doing what's left to do, starting in our local communities. And lastly, none of us can neglect from the faculty of responsiveness. To the ones that assume public offices, we ask for the natural accountability of your deeds. But to all and each one of us, we're asked for the responsiveness of justifying what we did or what we didn't to the future generations during our time. The heritage of progress, our heritage of respect, our heritage of possibilities. None of us can neglect the right of guaranteeing them the possibility of accomplishing their own dreams. This sustainable democracy takes shape through ballots with our votes, and this year with general and European elections, we'll have an important word to say about this. But this democracy extrapolates from the electorate to the youth, from the ballot to the daily routine, to the streets, to the casual parliaments, in between friends, to the social networks. So, to think on these 3 R's is to think on freedom. And can we neglect freedom? No, we can't. None of us can neglect freedom. And in this way, to conclude, let me recover the brilliant thought of Hannah Arendt as she ultimately justifies this democracy of sustainability. Freedom as the meaning of politics, and politics as the way to freedom, the promise of politics itself. Thank you very much.
And for that, Joao, we'd like to present you this award on behalf of the Women Economic Forum in Portugal 2019. Please accept the award as a young leader creating a better world for all. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for this gentleman doing a remarkable job. Calling on Marlene Zehnter. Welcoming Marlene from Portugal on a mission to create a healthy, happy, and vibrant community of sustainable impact makers. We welcome you. Would you like this? Yes.
First of all, I'd like to also give my appreciation to this conference and to everybody that has been here. I'd like to ask a question around who has been having a very long and also very exciting day so far? Can you raise your hands? Awesome. I'd like to invite you to a second thing, which is stand up for a second. Just for a moment. Let's all stand up. Also the ones in the rows behind there. Awesome. And find yourself a little space so that you can move. And now I'd like you to start bouncing. Just bounce a little bit. And jump. Just a little bit. Start shaking your hands. Shake your hands. Bring them up, 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 up. Now start shaking your shoulders. And the neck. And now we give a little movement with the jaws, like make a yawn. Keep on moving. And some funny sounds. Wow. Come on, and now give it all. Just shake it all out. Give it all. Awesome, thank you. You can take a seat again. How do we feel now? Oftentimes we forget how amazing it feels to be alive. For the past few months, I have been working in a co-working space focusing on social impact. And what I've been seeing and experiencing myself on a daily basis was the following thing. People sitting hours and hours in front of their laptops, typing, phone calling, Skyping, and in between they ran to the kitchen to grab yet another coffee and another coffee and another coffee to make it through their daily to-do list. I observed that they felt a huge sense of responsibility, a responsibility to make their impact happen that they're envisioning. And this responsibility was there to make not only their project, but also to themselves survive. This responsibility oftentimes bounded them to their chair until very late. They for sure didn't feel alive, such as you just experienced. Anxiety was rather the norm. Why? My answer is disconnection. Part of our society has already understood that business cannot be done out of the sake for making money anymore. We have already understood that we need purpose to thrive and that we cannot harm the earth. We need to improve the implementations of that, but the awareness of it is there. What we haven't quite yet understood, but conferences like this actually make me really feel that we are on a good way, is that in order to take care of the world, we need to take care of our own selves. So the disconnection that I'm talking about is not the ones towards others or towards the earth. The disconnection that I'm talking about, that is bubbling up to the surface more and more, is the disconnection to the own self, to the emotions, to the own bodily sensations, to the thoughts that we are having. Now, most of us that are sitting here probably have made this awareness already, and I want to believe of myself that I have done so as well. However, whenever I used to go into my former workplace, I could sense the gap into my body, a cut right here. This led me to the questions. How come that even if you're working for a purpose, anxiety is still there? What is actually happening at work? Why do we still believe that all of us have to work from 9 to 6? Just because in former times, in industrial times, at the assembly line, this has been defined as the norm. How did working over hours become normal? Why do we think that just because our bosses, our colleagues or co-workers work in a certain way, we shall do so too? Next to working in communities and in co-working spaces, I have been studying and gaining experiences in 2 more areas: brand strategy and trauma release. This second area helped me to find an initial understanding, a potential understanding of the questions that I just asked, an answer for that. Trauma. Individual, generational, and cultural trauma. What does trauma mean? I can talk hours and hours and hours about trauma, and I'd like to invite you, if you're interested in that topic, to grab me afterwards or in the next few days to speak about that. But for now, in a nutshell, trauma means that we are trapped in survival mode. That our system, after having gone through one stressful or an accumulation of stressful experiences, still thinks it needs to fight or flight in order to survive and live. It is our system that does not feel safe, although nowadays we actually can say we can feel safe. And this is exactly what happens for most of us at work. Even if we are working on a cause that really motivates us, that we are really passionate about, we are still acting out of survival and do not feel safe at work, which makes us feel a disconnection to the body. Now, the first field I mentioned that I'm interested in is brand strategy. And it recently brought a very important person into my life, whom I'm now happily calling my purpose partner. Juliette, equally a brand enthusiast and lifelong self-developer, and we met in a program, and we quickly formed this idea of the Brand Circle, a project that aims to empower and guide social, environmental, and any conscious entrepreneur to lead and to live the change that they want to be in this world. We combine our know-how in brand strategy with our wisdom around holistic lifestyle and trauma. And this creates a program which supports change leaders to work on their brand while understanding and developing themselves, which in the end will lead to true holistic impact. Because a brand only can truly be and maintain its sustainability when it comes from this feeling of aliveness that you witnessed before, when it comes from the true knowledge of the own heart, and because together we can create a world where we all are one. Thank you.
Thank you, Marlene. You moved us. Thank you. I'm sure we're gonna hear more from you. You're around for this weekend?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful. We'd like to present you. Yes, yes. Yes, you moved us spiritually and otherwise. We'd like to present you this award as a young leader creating a better world for all on this beautiful first day of the Women Economic Forum in the historical city of Tomar 2019. If I could invite Minerbo Renata. A pleasure to have her company for the second time today. Inviting Minerva from Brazil. She designs, she coordinates, and facilitates projects with the intention of leaving a legacy of strong community self-esteem. Welcoming you. It's a pleasure. All yours.
Thank you, everyone. It's a big honor to be here in this event and feeling the women power growing inside of me and in this room. And I want to share a bit of my journey, how I got to here. It all happened 10 years ago after I was part of this training for change makers, that I could realize that I could put together the skills I was learning in university with the passion I had in my heart. As an architect student, I didn't know I could have such a big and meaningful dream and make a real difference in people's lives. Making a difference in people's lives actually means making a huge difference in my own life. Empowering people actually means empowering me. It means feeling useful. It means feeling I had a new purpose to be alive and not only wait for the weekends to arrive. And if I only knew how many weekends I would give up to work, who knows if I would have gone on with this idea. Awakening this awareness of being able to do something to make the world a little better also meant I didn't feel I could fit at all in the corporate world. This realization was inspiring and scary at the same time. But I was sure that if I found the right people and put in the right effort, that could become my everyday life, and it did. I don't know exactly where the trust I had that I could create my own career came from, but I do know that I'm so grateful for every single person that made part of this journey, supporting me to keep me going, celebrating the achievements, and suffering the frustrations together. They were not few. There were so many inspiring people that crossed my path, all their resilience, all their happiness for having the feeling of being in the right place, just made me believe that I could do the same. I really can't thank enough being here to represent the team of women that made Acupuntura Urbana, which is my social business, possible. What an honor to find such precious being and find out that we all share the same purpose in life. Without Andrea Zehnter and Inês Fernandes, who by the way is Portuguese, all these ideas would probably not become a proper social business. And now, after 7 years, making community dreams come true and having directly impacted over 10,000 people, it's beautiful to see other women being able to live their purpose through our business and feel that we are being so well represented by them in the field work. The world needs more people living with passion and purpose. We were taught to work for our own selves, but they just forgot to tell us this tiny detail. Working for the collective, nature, and for all beings in the planet also means working for ourselves on a much more powerful and meaningful way. Connect with your passion, dream big, put yourself in motion, and trust that if it's the right path, things will rise. And if I had to choose one message to leave here to you today, it would be that being happy is a mere consequence of connecting with your life purpose. Don't be afraid to work for your dreams. It's never too late. I can't say it will be easy, but we will find joy and truth. And as the dear Satish Kumar would say, if you align your head with your thoughts, your heart with your passions, and your hands with your actions, it's very unlikely that things won't go right. So just trust and go. Thank you.
Thank you, Renata. We'd like to present you with a small token, an award acknowledging the work you do. You are indeed a young leader creating a better world for all. If we could invite on the stage Joao Parreira. Welcoming Joao, the founder and CEO of Book in Loop, Uniloop, and Baby Loop. Part of the circular economy, the Book in Loop, part of the circular economy, provides an online platform for school books reusage all over the country. An absolute innovator in his own right. Welcome. All yours.
First of all, thank you very much for the invitation and for the prize. It's really a great honor for us and for the team that I'm representing here to be awarded with this prize. We started 2.5 years ago with Book in Loop. That was a platform to share used textbooks. So people could hand out the textbooks they don't need it anymore in a supermarket, and then we would check if their quality was okay to be reused, and we would pay people to those textbooks. We started with this business, but then we started expanding to other business. We have launched Baby Loop. Sorry. That is the same principles and the same framework, but applied to baby materials such as cars, baby cars or car seats. So people can go to a supermarket in Portugal, hand out that material. We pay them if the material complies with the quality criteria, and then it allows other families to get access to quality goods with a major discount, but with a quality control. We right now are expanding to other sectors, the same framework that we have tried and tested until now, and are starting to look to internationalization for the next year. Thank you very much.
Presenting to Joao Parreira. A young innovator creating a better world for all. If I could invite onto the stage Vanessa Barragao. Vanessa, are you not here? I will go ahead and invite Luis de Matos. Please welcome Luis de Matos, the chairman and CEO of Follow Inspiration, who has developed WeGo project and other technological solutions, especially adapted to the specifics of its users and industry. It's a pleasure to have you. Welcome.
Thank you.
That's for you.
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, thank you very much to the organization for this award. It's a big pleasure for me to be here after a tributed trip to arrive here. I will not along in too many words for you. I will just to say that I truly believe that all of us have an important role in our society, and it's important to believe in this. So, with these cranes, I create a company that are developing technology that could be really helpful in our society. Because, like us, I believe that technology could improve our quality life and could give the right things for people who most need it, like people with reduced mobility or disability. I used to use a quote that inspired me, and I will share with you this quote that tells us something like this. The technology for normal people make the things easy, but the technology for people with reduced mobility make the things possible. And I truly believe in this, and I'm here to create this kind of technology. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.